doesn't excuse the fact that Devin sucked.
Save it.
No, we're recording.
All right. Well, I guess. Should I just do the intro, or you want to do this before?
Devin's bad.
Yeah, you can do it. I'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
All right.
Figure it
All right.
out.
Hey, I'm gonna do the intro. Welcome to the Relatively Jumbo podcast. My name is Nick. I'm joined by my relatively esteemed colleague, Steve.
Hello.
Who is eating pizza. So I'm going to not let him talk for a little bit. And also, Devin's back. So
I'm back.
He didn't get Wally pipped.
I'm back.
I wanted it to happen, though, really badly.
Yeah, we've been trying to replace you this whole time.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough for you guys. I understand that really I'm the fan favorite, and that's got to suck for you guys to do a podcast, not have like the strongest member of the team not there. I listened to it. It was tough. I think you guys did an admirable job. It was admirable.
Yeah.
You did the best you could with what you had, but I mean, when the talent, isn't there, people notice.
Well, any sort of love that you had was lost today on the field.
Sometimes
specifically from me.
Dak Prescott, and then sometimes we listen to Ben DiNucci, So I just want to say,
you call him Brian Ben DiNucci, the podcast game.
Yes, I'm going to say that. I'm going to double down. I'm going to start throwing shade everywhere else other than
Ben DiNucci's
everywhere but this house.
Ben DiNucci's winning right now, so don't. If Ben DiNucci wins, then he's replacing you. That's the bet. That's the bet. That's my lake bet. Cowboys win tonight. You're getting replaced by Brian. You're getting Ben DiNucci.
What does that have to do with the lake?
Nothing. That's my lake bet.
Once the Eagles win, you have to jump in the lake.
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh maybe.
Dude, okay, you know what? Let's just start with this game. Cowboys Eagles, and then we'll get to your kickball. You got to talk about it. How much longer? How much longer are people going to say that the Eagles are clearly the best team in the division? I don't give a shit about all the injuries. Every team has injuries. Apparently, the Eagles are the only team to ever get injured. But how many times are they going to just keep losing before people stop saying they're going to win the division?
I mean, they're still going to win this game. I mean, if they lose this game, they're still going to win this game.
You're doing right now.
Yeah, they're ugly. They're an ugly team. I don't know what to tell you. Carson Wentz just isn't it.
He's not bad. I mean, who's he throwing to?
Yeah, that's true.
You're watching the game. Can you name receivers that play for the Eagles?
What's that? Folsom? What's that guy?
Fulgham?
Yeah, Folgers. Folgers in your cup.
Yeah.
He's there.
That guy wouldn't even be on practice squads.
That's a division of practice squads.
First round pick, Jalen Reagor. Oh, there he is.
It worked. You're alive. The champs.
Oh, we got a championship shirt. Fuck
I don't
the Eagles.
Like these
you guys want to get into it?
Yeah,
I like the blue shirts. The last ones were better. These ones are kind of cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I like the logo though more on this shirt than the other one. I don't know.
I mean, that's a sick logo on the shirt. You guys want to elaborate?
Logo.
It's loud.
You can talk about how I scored the game-winning run if you want to.
No, I was gonna say
we can talk about that if you want to.
I wouldn't give out a championship MVP. I would give out a championship LVP though, least valuable player, and it was gonna go to Devin.
And you know what? I want to argue with you. I want to say that I wasn't.
There's no arguments to be had. We put him in left. He wasn't getting there. We put him in right field.
In my defense, this was the windiest day Chicago has seen in 46 years. So
I call it the Windy City.
The ball was carrying a little bit.
It was There
And
was
I
some
want to
rough
say,
time.
relative to how my replacement in left field did, still I didn't do that bad comparatively.
Yeah. I'll just say this. I asked Devin multiple times in seriousness. Would you like to get out of the outfield? This is embarrassing for everybody around you. Are you sure you want to continue to embarrass your wife like this? And he
He did say
said,
he did
yes,
say that he did
most
say that multiple
certainly.
times, and I did say yes. I want to embarrass everybody out here. I'm gonna embarrass myself, God, everybody.
It's a beautiful day.
So apparently the wind was only affecting you?
Evidently.
Well, yeah, I was in left. That's where the wind was blowing.
You know where the wind was blowing in between
They don't,
his ears. That's where it got it right into his head.
you
Didn't
know
matter
my
what happened. Doesn't matter what happened with the wind. Everyone was fine but Devin.
oh
So
yeah,
the wind
this
really
guy's
got to him. It really rattled him.
this
He was
guy's talking
very
so much
afraid.
shit. You know, you put the worst fielder on first base, right? Where'd you play today?
I have
Yeah,
made all my plays, so you can't
yeah.
even people.
Where did
It's not like
we hit you on
we're
first
playing
base?
the pros. Like these people hit it to me. There's a lot more action there.
I mean, you hope your first baseman can just stand on the bag and catch it when we throw it to him. That's pretty much it. Maybe get on base once or twice a game. Maybe.
That's why I told you perfectly clear that you should play first, because obviously you needed less action. You didn't need
Oh.
more. We
It
needed
was
to
a
take out
windy.
the
It was a
action.
windy day. The game before that was fine.
Do you act like it
All
was
of
a
the other games
different
in the season was
game? It was
fine.
like within an hour, the wind was the same. It
It picked
was,
up.
it
You
was
know it picked up. Everybody was
no.
saying. People were talking.
There's a murmur.
Everybody was. Hey, you guys feel this wind pick up? And then that's right as the kick midair.
Devin was moving around the crowd. He's like, "You see the wind pick up? Wow, this wind is picking up. Oh, wow, the wind."
So what ended up being the final score?
It was an
13
extra.
to
We won
12.
in extra innings.
Oh, geez, a nail biter.
Oh
I
yeah,
scored in the top of the eighth. Really put the team on my back there in the top of the eighth
yeah. If you really say
to
that.
run the bases, to touch them all. You know what I mean?
So I mean, some people were saying it probably wouldn't have been as close of a game if we
Yeah,
made a couple plays in the outfield. People were saying.
the
I heard.
redemption was
I didn't
unnecessary.
hear that. I wasn't hearing anybody from the crowd saying that. I think everybody said, "Wow,
I
everybody's
did.
trying their best
I was
out there."
saying it. I was the crowd, and no one
We're
wanted to. No one wanted to
we're
bring it up.
we're just
Brian
having
did because he was
fun.
a little drunk. He brought it up,
Oh man.
but Brian did
So
also have a good game, so he was the last one to talk.
yeah, if there was a runner-up for LVP today, it was the Fall Guy. In fact, I'm gonna put it. I think it was more on the Fall Guy than it was on me today.
No, you rattled up the fall guy. It's been noted that you're the one that initiated him getting rattled up.
How do you get
That's
rattled up?
that's debatable. I mean, am I
'Cause
really somebody who
alcohol,
antagonizes people? Am I somebody who gets people worked up?
you
I mean,
know,
that's not for me to say.
I think this is why the Chicago Sports Social, and shout out to them for letting us win twice.
And
I'm
never
pretty
letting
sure
us
this is
play
why
again.
they put in the rules: do not drink during these events, because
Oh man.
they made sure to get here an hour before the game to drink.
Yep.
Apparently, Brian already was talking shit to the girl pitcher on the other team that we play in the championship before we even played the first game. So
2 hours before we played those guys, they were already talking shit.
it was a tense one.
I
Uh,
like a good rivalry.
they just
So my poor play, and like I said, I'm gonna work on it in the outfield. I'm gonna go see a fielding specialist. I might fly over to
uh,
Norway. They got some good
forget the field
kickballers out
specialist.
there.
Go see a psychologist, because you got a
I
mental
had the
problem
yips.
right now. You
I
got a
gotta work through the
mental
yips.
problem.
But there was a lot more storylines to this game than ESPN
No,
Classic.
I don't think. Oh yeah, there was. I mean, Brian almost getting kicked out is definitely a second
Brian almost got
storyline.
kicked out. Nate almost got kicked out. Robbie almost
Carmella,
got kicked out.
Carmella, I think had a
Carmelo almost
concussion,
died. Yeah.
so ran into Robbie. Robbie's
Well,
a thick boy, so that sounded like
yeah.
a freight train getting just just hitting Michelle's dying over the corner.
It sounds
I
like you guys
felt
left it
bad.
all on the field.
It was a bloodshed.
It was intense. That's the most intense kickball game I think I've ever been a part of.
That was the ump. He got so mad at Brian. He's like,
Yeah, he
I
did.
don't think it's like Brian kept arguing. And to his credit, like he didn't throw him out. Any other reasonable person would throw his ass
Oh
out
yeah,
like the second
yeah.
time.
He should have been
Brian
thrown
got like
out
6
right away.
warnings in this game to shut up. And um he's just like he kept complaining about one play, and it's like, oh no, Brian, stop! They get it. He gets it. He's like, I don't think you do get it, or something like that. It's like so pissed. I never see him that mad.
It was
I was like,
wild.
yeah, nobody wanted us to win the championship after our
We
display,
we didn't
but
want
we
to win the
did.
championship. Me and Steve were both like, we just want to leave. Can
Yeah,
we not?
it got very intense quick.
It was embarrassment all around. Oh,
And I would say this, I don't want to. I want to thank myself for my team acting the way that they did the last game of the year. But I'll say that my actions throughout the year, throughout the summer, as we've noted through this podcast, really set the tone
you
for
made
what
it
seemed
okay.
like a last game eruption of anger from the team that's been stewing for weeks, and not even at each other, just at officiating. And
Yeah.
I've been the only one that's had the courage to stand up and
Well,
speak.
To go full Karen.
You've created a culture of disobedience and disarray and disorder and chaos, really. And
Made it okay.
I mean, it resulted in a championship, or maybe in spite of
Yes.
the
I'd say
actions.
that 30 for 30 doc is gonna be something.
It's a bad
This
boys
season is
Pistons
gonna be
team. It's a bad boys Pistons team. Like we win, but we really aren't pleasant people. Like
Yeah.
we just win.
Well, historically, as a group of individuals, we have a history of being drunk and mean and then winning. That's just kind of, at the expense of other people. But some people respect it.
Get over it if you don't. Get over it if you don't. And the thing about that team is that we have a rivalry because like
That's
they
who
they
Steve,
make
you weren't there, but that's the team we played for the last championship.
they just they bunt. Fuck that. They bunt all the time. Literally one guy would bunt and it's almost like he didn't even kick the ball. He would like stop the ball and it would just stumble like 2 inches and just like it wouldn't move. He literally just stopped the ball, and it's like
What a
that's a
bitch.
kick. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
I
what we
agree.
said. That's what the ump said too. He's like, "You're a pussy if you're a man and you bunt." He told me
Did
that
he
in the
really
first
say
game.
that?
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
talking about it in the first one.
it's so true though. It's like how are you even having fun if you do that stuff?
I would toss you out. You're
Yeah.
ejected.
Secondly,
No warnings.
they are also a team that does these little like they make petty little fucking comments, and like they make these little petty bitchy comments, and you could tell they've been playing together for a while because they have T-shirts with their name on it, and that once we got to the fights with the umps, they started acting like, oh, we're like goody two shoes, like, oh, we would never like fight with the ump. But the ump clearly stated that both teams were like bickering at each other before we just started to take our anger out on the ump. So it was really like we focused, and I kind of thank the ump for letting him take that heat because we were focusing a lot of our anger on the other team, and that could have been a fight in itself, and it almost got into a fight in
Yeah,
itself.
it was close.
So I thank the ump for his patience. I think he kind of took a lot of that heat because of how highly escalated it was. Either way, I set the tone for that, and I like to think that I should be the captain next year.
Well, I think all of our names are on a list at this point. There's no way they let us play Chicago Social again.
We're blocked. We're
There's
blocked
zero.
off their website.
We have to use aliases. We gotta change the way our faces look.
Well, that's the team uniform is just the glasses, mustache, nose combo.
Yeah,
Everybody in the
you
team
guys
wears
look
one.
oddly familiar. May
I think
not know what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
I get that a lot. I get that a lot.
I think the best part, a couple more things. I think the best part about this was Brian after the game immediately trying to make amends with the ump after he's just been
Oh yeah.
railing him for about an hour and a half. Like the ump's gonna be like, yeah, no problem. Like obviously
Yeah, he
that
wasn't
did
having
not
it.
work.
Ump was not having it.
Yeah, he was ready to get the fuck out of there and not talk to Brian.
Aren't we all? you just got to butter up the ump beforehand. That's a veteran move that I like to do. Is I start bullshitting with the ref and be cool with them, and then give them the heads up, like, hey, just a heads up, so my guys are squirrely, okay? And you got to build that rapport early.
And here, okay, I'm gonna say it here.
Brian was trying to sell him Microsoft Surface before he left. It's like, hey, I know I was safe at second. You were wrong. I got a great deal on this Surface.
Listen to this. I'll give you $5 off just because I was a hassle today.
I was an asshole today. I'll drive it to wherever you are. That's his deal, right? Free delivery.
Yeah.
Last comment on it. Because I need to put this out in the air. People were getting upset that I was calling out my team for just telling them to shut up, just to stop heckling the ump because I do it. Let's be honest. I've never got mad at me like that because I honestly, I do it the right way. I'm not going to be cocky. I go after him the right way.
What? No,
I go after the ump the right way.
You're the worst.
No, I'm not.
You're just as bad. It just wasn't you this week.
No, the ump never even. But the ump has never gotten that mad when I've gone after him.
The last time you asked to talk to his manager. What are you talking about?
That was a different ump. That was different. That guy was just a Rudy Patootie. This is the guy.
The manager was like, Jesus, man, just fucking change the tampon.
No, the manager likes us. He was celebrating with us after the game. He's like, good job. He's
just happy it was over.
People. He liked it. He liked the fights. I guarantee you he was in on the fighting. He was like, this is bringing me back to my youth.
Sorry, quick sidebar real quick. Anybody know the temperature of the lake today?
Oh, boy.
It's cold.
Yikes.
So I don't know if the beginning part's going to make it into the episode, but we may have a lake bet on our hands if the Eagles were to win this game.
I don't know, Ben DiNucci. You don't tell out a paisan.
Hey, Mama's meatball's not going to save you tonight. You jumping in that lake, my friend. Oh, it's going to be so tough losing all of the bets. I mean, if you won one of them, maybe you could feel good about yourself. I have won
multiple bets. Your lame Celtics bet. I bet you that I'd make more plays this year, and I've obviously won that bet. I didn't need a bet. That was a mental bet.
Well, so if you make bets with yourself, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
If you don't say them out loud, it doesn't count.
But he never loses.
Saying it now. You lost the bet that I had. You were shitty today. That was the bet.
I just bet you that they were going to get a 2-point conversion. So that's 2 lake jumps. You
didn't know about that bet, you take it easy. There's also a side note. I'm watching the Hallmark Christmas channel. So if I don't have the game on, then I can't bet that. So
shut up.
What? What's
the hell up?
What's on Hallmark?
Things up.
The Christmas Ring. No, I don't think that's what it's called. I don't know.
Michelle, you know all of them?
Michelle just ate pizza and just put it on, and I don't know why.
You didn't even hit the info button. How the fuck do you know what this movie is?
Let's see it. I'll look it up right now with the info.
Oh, I've seen this one.
I don't know. This looks like a good one. It looks like they're buying a home for an orphanage. Holly and Ivy. A contractor helps a woman renovate a house so she can adopt a sick neighbor's 2 children. How sick is the neighbor? Is it like a mental case sick, or is it like, what are we talking about here?
Is this like a horror movie?
Yeah, it's sick. A sick neighbor.
It's like a guy. He always wears like a nice sweater and like a flannel, and like they fall in love, and then the guy next door murders him.
Well, the neighbor's sick. Not like she's got cancer. It's like she's surfing and she just like is real chill. She's just sick, but like. They don't want the kids in that environment, so we got to build an orphanage.
We have to.
That's my movie. That's my movie.
Lifetime or Hallmark's one where they fall in love, and Lifetime's one where the guy starts out a piece of shit, and then she finds another guy, right? Isn't that the formula?
Did Hallmark make the Drew Peterson movie, or is that?
That's got to be Lifetime. That seems like a life. Hallmark is
Lifetime.
Like they make like greeting cards. They're not going to do fucking thrillers.
That'd be sick, a Drew Peterson greeting card.
All right.
Man. Well, on that note, see ya. No.
Cut the show. I guess we could get into it.
I really don't want to.
Let's talk about sports.
You don't have to. I got it. I got an am I the asshole?
Do you?
Kind
You
of.
are. You are.
Well, let me
You cut
get.
the sleeves off all your shirts now. You're an asshole.
Yeah,
You
I
even
thought
cut
you were
deep.
wearing a toga. It looks like.
I bought this shirt. It doesn't have sleeves. It's a tank top. They don't have sleeves.
Sarah, can
Wow,
you
are
show
you an
sleeves under
asshole?
this?
Yes, no sleeves.
Do the asshole thing. Quit eating pizza. Be a professional.
I am muting it while I'm taking bites. This is the most professional I can get.
So you're also talking with your mouth full of pizza.
You are addressing me. I must respond in a prompt manner.
All right. So we have a house, and my fiance likes to do all these different projects around the house. She just constantly, we're just like both sitting at the table, and I just see her constantly, her eyes scanning around the house. And I used to think, like, what the fuck is she looking at? But it turns out she's just looking all around the house at, like, oh, here, what's the next thing that I could change about this house? So I mean, it's the weekend, right? I'm just watching football. I'm chilling. She's like over there, like cutting wood and fucking painting rooms and stuff. And then I kind of just like, I feel like an asshole not doing anything. Like I'm just on the couch while she's doing manual labor. I don't think I'm the asshole, but I feel guilty. But they weren't my idea.
So Jenna's like Hank Hill.
Sure, kind of. Not really.
Just
She doesn't
working
sell
on things.
propane.
She does
Just
love
working on
propane, though.
things.
She
No,
does.
I don't think you're the ass. So it's a project she initiated. She's doing because that's what makes her happy to do. It's not like you need to do it, right?
I don't know that doing the project makes her happy, but having the house look nice makes her
But
happy.
like, are these optional upgrades?
Oh yeah, they're all options. None of them are not. The house is. You don't have to do anything.
Till something breaks and you gotta like fix a pipe or like run some electrical or drywall, or then if you don't help out, then you're an asshole. If she's down there fixing the plumbing, yeah. She's putting some shelves up and painting a wall, I think you're fine.
What is
All
she
right.
building?
What is she
I don't
building in
know.
there?
You
Just
don't
like
know?
putting stuff on the wall. It's like it looks like
You'd be the asshole if you would turn into the asshole if while she was doing this stuff you go in there like I don't like it. I don't like what you're doing. This is my
Start
house
doing
too.
that.
It's my house
I
too. I get to pick.
I think I'd be a dead asshole. I don't. There's not a whole lot. That's it.
Am I the
What
dead asshole? That's a different game.
I think you actually also become an asshole if you start doing crafts or like that around the house and adding things that you want, at least in her
Wait,
mind. She doesn't
are
want
you
that.
are you saying Jenna's the asshole here?
No, I'm saying that Nick would turn into an asshole in two
Wow,
ways.
hard stance, Steve.
No, I said
I hope
Jenna's Hank Hill. That's it. She's Hank Hill.
you
She's
called
got
her
her
Hank
tool.
Hill
She's got
and an
what
asshole.
any toolbox that's in the house is obviously just know that it's not Nick's toolbox. Any tools that are in the house are Nick's. Those are all Jenna's. Nick doesn't know what to do with any of it. So
I
that's
do
where it
stuff
is.
around the house.
Whose
All right,
bedazzled
don't.
socket wrench is this? Oh, it's not mine, guys. That's my
I got
lady's.
There's my rhinestone hammer.
But I think you can't do that yourself. Like if you wanted to take on like your own DIY things around the house, you wouldn't be able to get that. You'd have to pass that through her. That's not happening
Yeah,
ever.
that's gotta go up the chain of command.
Yeah. And
Did
you
she ask you for help?
Not only if it's like, oh, I can't reach this thing. You're
Yeah, then you're good.
tall.
If it's like, hey, I need you to help me put shelves up today, then you don't do that, then you're an asshole. But if she's doing it
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. So you're
and
gonna
you're
use
watching
like a
football,
construction crane. Sick.
yeah, then I
Yeah,
think
I'm a
you're fine.
crane. I open jars. I get shit that's up high. Real simple. I'm a tool, essentially.
Yeah, I've said that about you as long as I've known you.
Yeah,
So I
but
think you're good. I think you're fine. Did you guys
good.
have a Halloween party for the dogs or anything?
Yeah, what'd you dress up as? Like a dog and your dog dressed up as a human? That'd be
That's a
kinda
lady.
sick.
I just
The
put her
dog
in
hands out
my
candy.
suit. I didn't give her a suit for the dog size. I just put her in my suit. Uh No, really didn't do anything for Halloween. I think this is. I don't know that we did anything last year either. I think so. I'm at this weird phase of life where I'm not young enough to be like having house parties and doing all that shit, but I also don't have a kid. So it's not a holiday for me at this juncture.
Well,
Also,
I mean,
like the bars aren't open.
yeah,
I would go to a
that's the
bar.
main
Like,
thing. That's the
what am
main
I going to
thing.
That
do?
really sucks.
That's the main thing. The bars aren't open. I mean, it is a holiday for us. This holiday is a good holiday, but
That's fair.
if you can't go out, then it's nothing. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have trick or treated this year, but I didn't want to. I mean, I could have, but I didn't want to.
What does that mean?
What
No,
you
I could have.
trick or treat?
What do you mean by
Still
that?
do.
You're old as fuck. What are you doing trick or treating? What are you doing?
Yo, I
There's
just
something
put
wrong
some
with this kid's
makeup
pituitary
on,
gland.
make myself look younger, and I high pitched my voice.
So why don't we
Trick
do?
or treat.
What do you think? Like your top 3 Halloween costumes in years past are? Do you have a top 3?
Well, I would say in college when I dressed up as a baby might be number 1.
That was good. That was as good as it was creepy.
Yeah, I got my. I mean, there's some people like dressed up as dominatrixes in Wicker Park, just like spanking my ass with like a belt in the middle of the night. It was terrible.
Sounds like
Absolutely
the
miserable.
Purge. Yeah, straight out of the Purge.
I dressed up as Shawn Michaels once. That was sick as a kid, and I was an alien or Scream. Scream would probably be 3. Scream's easy, and everyone did it, but it was still a fun costume.
I was a Power Ranger.
Yeah. Which color? Red.
You seem like a red.
I don't remember. I think blue actually.
Blue.
Whoa.
Mr. Irrelevant, the frog guy.
No, I think it was. I think it was a situation where it was the only Power Ranger costume left because there's no way that I would have picked blue.
You got pink. You got the Pink Ranger.
Like, wait, why do I got boobs? Wait, does the kid pink Power Ranger like?
Yeah, huge ones. They're sewn in. Huge.
Because like, if not, then a boy could technically wear it.
Bold statement. Huge ones.
Yeah, my favorite thing was always like, oh, it's the day of Halloween. I got to put something together.
You're like Adam Sandler on like the weekend updates. We're like, I'm crazy newspaper head guy. I got a newspaper for a head.
I did. I was him in. Which one was it? Billy Madison. Where he's got like the Timbs and the cargo shorts and the ripped up sweater. I did that.
That's a good one.
I did Charlie Kelly, and then Jenna was the kitten, and so it was Kitten Mittens.
Well, you guys always have good ones. Like your couples' costumes are usually pretty good.
Yeah, I like for this year. I can't believe there were still people online doing Joe Exotic costumes.
Oh yeah, that was. You knew it. You knew it too. You knew it when it first came out. Like this is gonna be so big, but who are the jerk offs that are still gonna be like dressed like this?
Yeah, dude, that was like 8 months ago. So much has happened since then.
Steve, you can pull off a good Carol Baskins.
I've always said that about you.
No comment. I don't want to be like any of you cool Kens and kittens. She's a psychopath. I don't want to look like a fucking murderer, dude.
Well, you could be the simp husband.
I could. I could be the simp. I do that well. What?
Just walk around with the collar on. What about you, Dev?
Yeah, what are your costumes? You probably didn't dress up when you were like a teenager. You're like, I'm just dressed up in jeans. I just wanted a candy. Were you one of those kids?
I think so.
I
don't remember any of my high school like costumes.
I thought you'd be a kid that would dress up as like the Babadook or something.
I had like a wolf mask, I think, in elementary school, and I wore that for like I just wear the same thing a lot. I don't switch it up. I get something I like, I stick with it.
You just wore that for 4 weeks straight.
Yeah, it was awkward. I didn't have a lot of friends.
Halloween was in there somewhere.
One year I went as douchebag Patrick Kane. That was maybe one of my favorites. I just wore a Patrick Kane jersey and I acted like more of an asshole than normal, and that was a lot of fun. And then I just said, guys, it's my costume.
Your costume was basically just you in a Patrick Kane jersey.
So you're a Chicago douchebag. That's basically, you just.
It was, and then Steve, I don't know if you were there, but we went to the Drum for that Halloween, and I just kept putting a chair in the middle of the walkway for no reason, and people kept having to walk around it.
I think I was there.
One person out of like 100 people put the chair back to the table. Everybody else was very awkwardly trying to walk around this chair because it was a crowded bar, which was fantastic.
Halloween is just. I miss it. I already missed not going to the bar. It would have been fun.
Like one year I went as Joe Dirt.
That's a good one.
Always fun to wear a mullet. And that's pretty much it. I don't have a lot of dress up stuff.
You and Suze ever do a good good couples one? What's your best couples one you've done?
I think we went as like Green Arrow and Black Canary one year, like when Arrow first came out.
Yeah,
that might be the only year we did it.
We dressed up as Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, and I was the Black Cat Salem Saberhagen. So I just had a cat ears and I put a little black dot on my nose. It was pretty funny. And I just wore like a black sweater and jeans. Pretty simple and easy because I didn't have to do much, but it's like you just get it. If you just
Did people get it?
Yeah, if you explain, because she looked like that.
If you just explain to them what you're dressed as,
you got to explain she's got to explain herself first, though. Like she's got to be like, I'm Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and then
what did she dress as?
It's just the 2000s look. You get like I can't explain outside of just that, like 90s 2000s look, and I'm a little cat, and you got to explain it.
One year I was Walter White in a hazmat suit, and then she was a bag of meth.
That was a good one.
I like that one.
I like your Bob's Burgers one the best.
That's a good one, too.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
Got the mustache going.
Yeah.
That was funny because we went to this arcade bar, and then we found somebody that was the daughter, the younger daughter. I forget what her name was.
Oh, that's right.
And then we were just all hammered like, oh my God. Like we could not believe that somebody else thought of the same very popular TV show.
Bob's Burgers? You dressed like what?
Just hammered and amazed. Very fun. You know what's not fun? Watching the Bears on offense. We got to talk about it.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, I think it's time to give up on your guy there, Devin. Are you still on the wagon?
They almost won.
He sucks, dude. They lost because of him, dude. They lost because of him.
They lost because the receivers can't catch the ball.
How can you even like that dude can't move. Literally cannot move. He can't even slide out of pressure. He can't move. He's a statue in the back. He cannot get away from any pressure. Like, he's so old. He's slow. I feel like Mitch would at least get like some yards out of some of those sacks that he took. He took some of the worst sacks ever.
Mitch ran once this year in the 3 games that he played.
It doesn't matter. It's his knowing how slow Foles is. No one's afraid of him at all to even escape getting out of any sort of pressure just because he can't. So no defensive lineman, no defensive tackle is ever going to be afraid to think this guy's going to go out of the pocket and run for a couple yards. Like, this guy, he can't move and he doesn't make good reads. And I don't think he's better than Trubisky. I really don't. Like, he's not showing me enough to warrant him still starting right now.
I mean, what I would say, I don't think that it's noticeably different. I don't think
their offensive line didn't look bad today. Let's be honest.
They didn't look good.
But the running offense was basically at 100 yards today. Where were they at? Like 95 yards? And in comparison to what they've done this year, that's pretty good. And he's had time to throw. I mean, I saw that deep throw. I know that's like one drive, but those 2 deep passes that got Allen Robinson to the end zone, I mean, they were playing all right. Like, they didn't like they didn't give him no time. He had enough time to read some keys and such and like see what was going on, but he just didn't get the ball out. And
I think if Graham and Miller don't drop those two on second and third on that last drive, they had a chance to drive down and kick the game-winning field goal.
Graham had a terrible game today. He's another guy that had an awful game. He was like checked out. He didn't do anything.
He doesn't
right.
run. Even Aikman was like, "Is the plan for him just to walk 5 yards and turn around?"
He's got no legs.
He's old as shit.
He just walked and turned. Is that the route? I don't know what's happening right now.
That's a hitch when you're old. I think
they played better than I thought they would.
If you're gonna, you can't like putting in Mitch doesn't make the team better. I don't know. There's really not a reason necessarily to switch. Like they seem to be a lot of
playing poorly for a guy that's supposed to know the offense and feel comfortable in calling plays. He looked like absolute shit today, specifically in the second half. Like him taking that delay game early to set the tone like that after and him throwing that awful interception too. That was a terrible throw. Like that start of the third quarter was just one of the worst starting. Like that's exactly what Mitch does. So what is a guy that's like 8 years older than Mitch and he can't run or even have the illusion of running? What is this doing for the team? Like look at the stats from the games that Mitch has played to Foles has played this year. His stats are better, and I don't care about who they're playing. Their teams are awful and garbage. Like it does not matter. The fact of the matter is,
for the future, you got to see if the offense actually works, and you can't see if the offense actually works if Trubisky's running it. Can't run the offense. So even if Foles talent-wise sucks, which is totally possible, you got to see if the full playbook can work.
I don't think it's totally possible. I think he is bad. I don't think he's good. Like he's just not.
But at least he can run the full playbook.
Can he? He makes bad decisions.
Yeah, but he could still call the plays and they could still line up. Like it's not just.
Kenny took a lot of delay games. Like he's like.
You got to see if the offense works, and even the team. Like you can't. It's such a dumbed down playbook for Mitch that you can't do it.
I mean, they're not doing anything different. They're still throwing all these like shit passes and screens and little dinks and dumps. Like, yeah, they had the big play. Like that was one big play. Why couldn't they find another time to get any sort of time like that in the pocket? They could have done like 7-step drops like that and try to throw it down the field, and they just decided to stay in there. And it's just like sometimes you just got to mesh with what you have. And I think just Nagy's just really stubborn and he just doesn't want to like just kind of adapt.
That's true.
To where they're at. And I don't want to blame the coaching because I've kind of gotten, I took some time after because I was blaming coaching the whole game watching it. Took some time after just to think about it. Really, that was a better coached game than Monday. Like they got into situations where they needed to score. The players executed terribly when they needed to execute like at the right time, and it's just so frustrating. They couldn't capitalize and get at good field position ever.
One thing I will say, like a lot of times, if you're going to say the Bears put up 23 points, a lot of times they win that game. It looks like the defensive game planning, they didn't know that Alvin Kamara was on the Saints because he just did whatever he wanted for the majority of the game.
Honestly,
there's a reason he's that good.
I thought they played well against him. I thought they did well against him.
He had 9 catches for 96 yards and then another 67 rushing. Like they don't have anybody else.
That's a typical day for Kamara.
Yeah, he didn't get in the end zone.
There's a reason he does that.
He shouldn't be like you have your top wide receiver out. Like you have less weapons, so you've got less people that you necessarily have to account for. If Michael Thomas is out, that's your number one guy. If he's out, Kamara is now their number one guy. So I would probably focus on taking him out of the game as much as possible and not have him have 175 yards.
I think that
you have to have a linebacker or a safety. The way their defense is set up, you don't move a corner to cover Kamara.
I feel like you should do something and not let him run for 45 fucking yards down the middle of the field.
I was about to say that's a big chunk of his yardage, that play. So let's take that into effect of his yardage right there. They did a decent job trying to slow him down. I really think it's more so of them playing like 8 yards back in coverage on their receivers at all
Well,
I'd
that's
be
the
times.
more
thing
upset about
too.
that
Is like,
Taysom Hill
Yeah, like
touchdown
that's
is more upsetting, I think, than the Kamara
no,
stuff.
I
Like the
think
quarterback, you let run a 25-yard post for a
what about
touchdown.
what about the touchdown before halftime? That's even worse. They played
that
prevent
was
the whole game,
terrible.
the whole time,
Well,
even
that I
when
mean
they're in the
that
red
touchdown
zone.
pass, it was terrible coverage to allow the touchdown. But like Drew Brees he does not have the physical ability to throw it down the field. But they still were just playing so far off of everybody
It didn't
that
matter.
all that stuff was completely open.
Yeah, didn't matter. He was just they gave him an 8-yard cushion essentially. And they got fourth down. They got a fourth down conversion because of that. And it was just dumb. They were basically starting the route on the line of gain, and then they move back 3 yards, and they just run a little curl route in front of the line. Who would have thunk it? Like, I mean, it's just it's dumb. I feel like that defense, if they really wanted to, they could have did a play calling where they could have suffocated that team and let them score no points. But they decided to play more like of a prevent style, and they just let them kind of go around. They had no receivers. Their receivers looked terrible today. They didn't have any talent outside of Kamara. You're right. I mean, they literally Kamara got a ton of yards because that was the whole focus of their offense. They had nobody else. Maybe Latavius Murray, but they had no one else. Taysom Hill was like their best receiver, and that's embarrassing that the Bears
Yeah.
let that happen. But he was.
Also, funny, Javon Wims just kind of like punching the guy.
He's got to cut. He's got to get cut, right? Like that's
Yeah,
so
let
unacceptable.
Ridley play.
That is so
He
unacceptable.
he pulled
Like
his chin and hit him.
I understand you're like trying to defend your guy who's in the corner shoving his finger in guys' faces and you're defending your guy. But like don't ever be the guy hitting somebody in their face mask. Like, what are you accomplishing?
Did you hear what the who's the defensive back? They asked him after the game, it's like, why didn't you punch back? He's basically like, yeah, I remember I broke my hand doing the exact same thing, so why the fuck would I do that? Like, yeah, I mean, it's the dumbest shit in the world. Like, why would you ever punch somebody? I know it was open hand, so it wasn't like a fist, but why would you
Yeah.
ever do that to a helmet? I liked how he punched him. And then the guy was like, "What the fuck did you just?" He's just like standing there, just like, "This guy's serious." And then he just started going after him. I'm like, "Good God!"
Yeah, that was their safety, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
It made me
That's
like
wild.
respect the Saints. It pisses me off like that dude just did that because they kept their calm so much. I don't know how that dude just kept his calm like that. Because after
He was like looking around like, what the fuck?
His
And then he just hits
teammate
him
had to
again.
come in to protect him because he was not even like trying to fight the dude. The other teammate was trying to like beat his ass, and it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It's
some
frustrating.
type of discipline, right?
Well, that's like that. The interception was the next play after that. They went from 2nd and 5 to 2nd and 20. It's like, how much of a prick are you to do that, man? Like, so stupid. Just a lot of mistakes, man. And it's like, isn't that like a coaching thing? Isn't that like isn't that like sort of a discipline?
When it comes to them not having discipline and not executing that goes directly back to the coaching.
Well, it's just like it's not even just that stupid stuff. He even said it too. Nagy said it pisses him off. He directly anybody listen to the post game presser from him after the game?
No.
He called out Foles. It's like he literally says like we can't have people punching people in the face. We can't have people not knowing calls off a play sheet or the play calling thing on the wristband. He basically called out Foles saying that he took too long trying to get out plays today. And I kind of saw that as well. I mean, everything was running like 5 to 3 seconds, and they really didn't seem like they were organized that much.
But you're the head coach. You're the leader. That's your fault. If your guys can't execute, it's because they're not getting properly coached.
Yeah.
They have talent. They have talent on the defense. They have talent as far as, receivers, running backs, tight ends, maybe not in the offensive line, but like you've got talent on the team. If they can't execute and they're taking penalties and they're doing this and that and delay a game and all that shit, that comes back directly to the leadership.
I just look at it and think because again, I still think that he didn't like call a bad game on offense today. I really didn't think he called that bad of a game.
They've scored 23 points. I mean, that's an improvement.
I just look at it and I'm trying to pinpoint why this team lost today. it wasn't their offensive line today. Like, they played better than most weeks. Their receivers, they weren't getting as open as possible, but they were still catching balls. Like, they were moving down the field. You can blame the tight end position. It's really looked like shit today. I mean, but they weren't getting that much focus. The running game, again, looked better. Their defense, we talked about it. They were playing too much prevent, but you can't blame them all the time. They've been the only people that are keeping them in the game. So, in my mind, kind of leaves one person. And I don't want to keep blaming this position, but it needs to improve, or this team's going nowhere. The quarterbacking position is just, it's been
Where are you going to get
lackluster.
it from, though? Where are you getting it from?
Trevor Lawrence. Once he gets the coronavirus, the treatment.
He's already got it. Oh.
Yeah, the treatment.
Yeah, we've already got too many wins for that, buddy.
I know. That's what sucks about it. You're going to have to trade another 30 picks.
I'm transitioning off of this game. I'm done talking about it.
Congrats, man. Happy for you.
It's Nicole. Steelers Ravens. I mean, I want to give Lamar Jackson credit because they played a good team close. But part of the reason that it was close was because he threw 2 picks and fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
It was a wet day. It was a moist day. You know, Rex, we watched the Super Bowl where a quarterback couldn't really handle anything with wet ball. So, you know, it happens. Wet balls will be in play. Sloppy wet balls. When the balls are wet and sloppy out there, they're hard to handle.
Is that the episode title?
Yeah. Yes.
Sloppy wet balls?
Oh, shit. Ben DiNucci.
Nobody's ever said that before.
Steelers are good, man.
They're really
legit.
Good.
They are legit.
Yeah. I mean, 7-0 is 7-0. All they do is they draft stud wide receivers in the 3rd round or later. Eric Ebron only catches touchdowns.
They play amazing defense.
They get the ball
they're
a
the best,
lot all the time.
I arguably would say they're probably the best defense in football right now.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah. Again, credit to Baltimore for playing them close, which they haven't really done with a lot of good teams, but they fucked up, which was why it was close in the first place.
It's just, you know, I don't like to be because everyone's going to be having this take, but just this offense has flaws to it. You're gonna have to get more efficient in the passing game. I don't know how efficient you can get with this quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd take him.
I'm trust me. We know about efficiency over here. It's rare.
Sucks. Colts Lions staying in the division.
Colts beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, Stafford threw a pick 6. The Colts, it was close for a little bit, and then they were gone. There's not a whole lot there. This doesn't really tell you anything about the Colts. Like, yeah, you beat the Lions. They're feisty.
Lions are 3-3 going into that game.
Okay. Now they're 3-4. I don't know.
Pretty feisty group, I'm saying.
The fucking Lions, man. What do you want? Big surprise.
Yeah.
Vikings beat the Packers.
That was the only thing that made me happy today, outside of the kickball.
Only thing that's ever made him happy.
No, today. I said
this one game.
Today. Michelle sitting next to you. Make sure you let her know that she didn't make you happy. It was just the Vikings.
I'll make sure a note.
And it was kickball.
Dalvin Cook had an Adrian Peterson type day.
Yeah, he's good at football.
He did whatever he wanted. Out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good.
30 rushes for 163 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Packers defense pretty bad. Not good
that's
anymore.
not good. Did you know that they've now lost 7 straight times on daylight savings day?
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers doesn't know. I think he wakes a little too early and he gets a little cranky. He had a good game today, though.
What's happening in that extra hour? They're just losing 7 straight in a row.
Maybe Green Bay doesn't set their clocks.
They just get there and they're like, then they're just standing around for an hour. Like, oh fuck,
it's a shanty town.
What happened?
Oh, sweet mother of God! What is going on? Oh my God!
Ready, kid.
Ben DiNucci just didn't. He just did a DiNucci.
I think he was down though. Was he down?
What did he do? What happened?
No, he definitely fumbled the ball, and there's a lot of people kicking a ball, and they kick the ball, and the Eagles are running in the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, so now
Cowboys
I guess
had the ball in the 20. He drops back.
They could have done stuff. They brought.
Sure.
Oh,
They're
I mean, he
scrambling.
lost the ball even before he was
kick
hit.
it to midfield, and then he almost gets caught by jogging into the end zone like an asshole.
So, Eagles Super Bowl favorite now? Is that what you're telling me?
Looks like it.
Sick.
You just called them out. You just called them out.
Good. I don't give a shit.
Back.
I can't wait for everybody to be talking about, oh, the Eagles are you don't want to meet them in the playoffs, and then they're going to get blown out.
Hey,
you don't want to meet those guys in the playoffs.
Because Carson Wentz has no idea that a rush is coming.
Maybe his backup's good.
You know who else doesn't know that?
He only gets sacked. Oh, God.
But I was saying Aaron Rodgers had a good game today, and it's still scary to see him. Like, you don't know if you ever are safe with him. Like, it's always just scary. You can't let him. Yeah, you can't let him get the ball last. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Fuck all of that.
A team that was used to having that but doesn't have that anymore. My Bills beat the New England Patriots 24-21.
They beat your boy.
Yeah, it's so I'm gonna have to revise that statement. I don't think Cam's good.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's like
yeah, I mean 174 yards passing. He ran for 54 yards and a touchdown, but then he fumbles the ball. They're down 24-21. They're at like the fucking 15-yard line. So worst case scenario, you're kicking for the field goal to tie it. You're trying to get a touchdown, and he runs left and just gets the ball punched out, and that's the game.
You cannot have that. You cannot have that. Ball security is literally just what the main thing is in that situation. That's why, and I know that I can't put myself in their shoes, but like, how can you not just be like, I'd be so terrified to get the ball at that time if I was there. Like, I'd just be like holding it like it's like it was
both arms.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to move.
Chest.
I'd be
high and
terrified.
Tight, baby. High and tight.
So, yeah, I mean, Buffalo, this is finally like a statement win against a team that doesn't have Tom Brady anymore, but still has been haunting them for a decade plus. So good for them. Congrats. I'm glad that they're gonna do this thing. Well, who knows? Maybe there's other competition for that division, like the Miami Dolphins.
They look good.
Yeah, what's going on with the Dolphins?
Their defense.
Why are they
sick? I don't know.
I think they have a good coach. I think their coach is actually pretty good.
Well, he's a New England guy, isn't he?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he the only good New England?
They always suck. Everybody who's come out of New England has been awful.
Why is that?
It's weird. I think because it's Belichick's so demanding. He just takes.
I think Belichick, he just like he does everything, and like so you don't really have to do much. You gotta have to show up and sit on the sidelines, and then when you go run your own team, you're like, oh, this is a lot more work than I thought it was going to be.
But why wouldn't Bill Belichick just hire competent people?
He didn't need them.
So you're saying Romeo Crennel's not competent? Romeo Crennel's a coach now. Thank you very much.
On accident.
They didn't win this week.
They didn't. Well, they don't win any weeks. No, they suck.
They won 1 week. Yeah, so Dolphins are like they make the switch.
I can't. That was such a weird switch. I don't know why. Like they just blew out a team. They're like, you know what? You did a good job. You're benched.
I don't understand that.
Went out on top.
Why wouldn't you just, if you were them, if you don't want him anymore, why wouldn't you just trade him? You can definitely get something out of them. Look at the Cowboys. You don't think they want somebody like Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Look at the Bears.
Well, look at the Bears. What if you bring him to Chicago?
Dude, we could use some Fitz magic here.
Listen,
I love.
It's either he does something really cool or it's absolutely insane how bad it is. Like it's never dull. I'll take that.
Nagy would never do it because if he did, like, he'd get fired if it didn't work out. It'd be like, this guy doesn't have any fucking clue who he wants. He just is picking people out like apples.
Trade for him and give him a big extension. Give him like
well, okay, I wouldn't say that. Let's not go far.
Give him $300 million. It's about time Ryan got it.
A lot of guaranteed money.
Dude, he's probably been in the league so long. He's probably already made $300 million. At this, I feel like these, however many games he started, 5 or 6 games, though, that probably got him another contract.
Yeah, and you think about it, like, he probably invested it really well too. You guys, he went to Harvard, so
what?
Yeah,
I was wondering which one of us was going to say it first.
He probably knows how to invest his capital, or at least has some friends that know how to. If you know what I'm saying.
Steve, do that. Do the ad for Harvard.
Harvard, would you like to take your son to get an education at the University of Harvard? That's where Mark Zuckerberg was, and the Winklevoss twins. Harvard.
Thank you for that.
Wait, that was MIT, right? Harvard. No. They went to Harvard. No, they went to Harvard.
Yeah, they went to Harvard. Yeah. And
they went to the Skull and Boner Society.
Yeah. So are the Rams not good, or are they good? Or are the Dolphins good? Who's good?
The Rams are still good.
I think both of them are like...
Yeah, they're both competitors. It was in
middle. They're middle.
It was in Miami too, right? It was in Miami. But
like
shit happens that was wild in Miami, to be honest.
Wild shit does happen in Miami. But it was 28-10 Dolphins going into the 4th. Like, it's not like this was a back and forth game.
I think there's maybe like 5 teams in the NFL where like they are good and there's nobody that can really beat them on a week-to-week basis, and then everybody else can kind of beat anybody else.
Can you name those 5 teams?
So, Seahawks, Steelers, the Chiefs.
God. It really feels like the Seahawks really want to lose every week, except this week they didn't.
The Bills, maybe. Bills are probably 4.
It's pretty much all AFC teams.
I would almost say the
Packers.
Titans too, but they just lost to the Bengals today. So
what about the Packers?
That's another one.
Packers lost to the Vikings, but I mean, I think the Packers are. It's tough to beat those guys.
Bucks.
No,
Bucks would be up there too.
But they're not
I think the Bucks will be. I think they started out kind of slow, but I think they're
their defense is good.
Yeah.
And now they have the 3 best receivers in football.
So that's good.
Trio.
You like football? Well, I was going to say Titans Bengals.
Yeah, I was going to say let's talk about it because that's who the Bears play next week.
Dude, trap game, I guess. I don't know. It was not. This was another game that wasn't even close.
Joe Burrow's feeling himself a little bit. I think he's coming into himself, and
gross.
Yeah, he's literally. He's on OnlyFans. He's feeling himself. I'm gonna subscribe.
Did you guys? You guys seen the picture of Giovanni Bernard?
No, what happened?
Like his team photo. He's got this fucking sweet mustache. I don't know. Can I show you this?
I don't know. It just went to a picture of you. I was like, that's not
Do you see this mustache?
Oh, yeah, man. That's sick.
He actually looks very distinguished with it. It's very good for him. It works very well.
Everybody who's listening to this has to look up that mustache.
Imagine a nice mustache, and then that's what you got.
Yeah, but check
it out. How do
you
even grow it that way? I don't know.
It's so wide. Yeah, I don't know. Respect. But that was my big takeaway from this game was Giovanni Bernard's mustache is sweet.
Care about.
I think it's a trap game for the Titans, and then I think Joe Burrow's feeling him. So I think both of those things are true.
Guess who they're playing next week, so they can get right back to it. Don't worry, no more trap games. Man, I fucking hate this.
I mean, we knew looking at the schedule.
But then once we get past these 3 games, like it gets better. Like you still have the Vikings and the Lions on the schedule.
We lose to the Vikings, I'm gonna go ape shit. That's when I'm gonna lose it. That is when I'm gonna lose it.
Well, it sucks because we got Vikings and then you're right back in with the Packers. At least you've got a bye week.
Yeah, the thing. Like if they're not better by the bye week, doesn't Nagy have to stop calling like offensive play calls. He's got to kind of.
That's what he talked about.
He's got to kind of change that. Like this is getting tiring, folks.
Because you could win out, maybe. I mean, hopefully they split with the Packers. But
after
the Titans,
Packers, after the Packers, you got Lions, Texans, Vikings, Jaguars.
Yeah, there's a lot of winning that could happen in that stretch. So
I could see another 5 wins on this schedule.
10-6 is not,
and that gets you to 10-6.
Definitely in the playoffs this year.
Definitely not winning a game, but at least they're in the playoffs.
Not.
Yeah.
Unless they play the Eagles.
Did you guys see any clips of the Raiders-Browns game today?
Like how Raiders, bad dude.
I heard it would be like god awful.
Yeah, that defense really stuck their teeth though, honestly. It don't matter how awful the weather was. Like the defense really showed out for the Raiders.
It was funny because it was like 57-mile-an-hour winds. So they kicked a field goal from like, I don't know, 30 out. And it was right down the middle. And then it just quick left, just off the television screen. It was awesome. And that was like
don't kick.
Well, so it was towards the beginning of the game. So I feel like they were like, okay, let's see how bad this wind really is. And they did that. And then they're like, all right, we're not going to do that again. But
that's why you have all of the time before the game to go. That's the first time they kicked a field goal that day.
But the Browns made 2 field goals in the game. So fat Randy Bullock, I think
they just like, hey,
you've got 40 seconds. You've got 40 seconds. As soon as the wind dies down for a brief moment, that's when you hike the ball and kick it. And we just hope that it works out. But
the Cowboys did the most interesting thing right now.
Elaborate.
They got a safety. They got so they gave up 2 points, but they like did almost like an onside pooch kick, like what that type of punt kick that you do after a safety. The dude just booted it up in the air as high as possible, like at the 45, and just basically just had a scramble. Yeah, I'm thinking you should do that every time. Because it's an absolute mad rush. This is definitely a concussion play. Just people colliding into each other for a football. It's bouncing. It's chaos.
That seems way better. That seems way better than a normal onside kick. Do you have to kick it off the tee for a kickoff? Like, do you technically have to?
Yes, you have to. I think you have.
What
if
you wanted to just? What if you just wanted to? What if you wanted to punt it?
You can't. You can't. I don't think you can. It's got to be off a tee.
Oh, do you have to? What if you? Yeah, can you drop it? Can you drop kick it?
I don't know. That's a good question to ask.
Those are so cool.
What if you drop kicked it, like you said, and then you kick it super high up in the air, but like kick it, I don't know, maybe to the 35-ish?
I feel like this is like
you have a chance to go get it. You have a chance to go get it. Your own guys can get under it. But if they don't, you're not giving up terrible field position.
I think I think it has to be just you got to kick it off a tee because I feel like refs, like the people that made the rules, aren't stupid. They definitely know that this would happen a lot if that were be the case.
No, they were stupid. The people who made up the rules wore leather helmets. Fucking idiots.
They didn't know.
They didn't play. The rules makers.
How many concussions? How many times do you see cows getting concussions? It's the leather.
Oh, that's a good
point.
Think
about it. How many cows you see
in concussion protocol?
How many cows you see in that blue tent over there?
You got me.
Not a one.
Wouldn't it be cool if that's like how teams were named? It wasn't like the most badass animal. It was just like, we're the Chicago Cows.
That would be a fun name.
Yeah.
I'd be
or the Pittsburgh Piglets.
Everybody just got a cute name.
Yeah.
They weren't intimidating.
Yeah. We're the Cincinnati Chinchillas. We're here to fuck you up.
But yeah, your Vegas Raiders. All of our teams got wins today, except for our actual team. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, Devin likes the Saints more.
I just like to win, baby.
Oh. You know who else likes to win? The Chiefs. They play the Jets. And
God, what was the money line on that
one?
Whatever it was,
one. No, they did. I want to say
$1 million.
I want to say at one point it was like 18.5 or 20. Let's see. Does it say? Yeah, so it closed at 19.5 and they won by 26. So they covered.
Close game though.
I want to raise some awareness for bullying in this country because the Chiefs ran a fake punt on the Jets and got it, and then the next play threw like a 40-yard touchdown to Tyreek Hill. It was fucked up. It was fucked up to watch.
I don't agree.
Put the pizza down, man.
I don't agree with that.
Put the pizza down.
I don't agree with that because fuck the Jets. Adam Gase
was so sad. It was so sad.
Why do you want? Who cares? The Jets are, they passed up on Patrick Mahomes. They deserve this. That's going to be his excuse, I bet. Like, oh, they passed up on me.
Do you think the higher ups with the Jets are actively tank, or they're keeping Gase to actively tank? They're like, this guy is so bad that he will not win a game, and we'll get Trevor Lawrence, and then we'll fire him and figure everything else out. Or do you think they're just so incompetent that they just haven't fired him just cause?
The latter.
What sucks about those organizations is even if you get Trevor Lawrence, your team is still shit. Like, I understand it helped you, but they did that with Darnold. They drafted a quarterback they thought was going to help them, but their team is still shit. So you're just going to ruin that guy too.
They're so bad that if you get the first pick, you should probably trade out because you need more picks. But the problem is you're the Jets, so you're going to fuck all those picks up.
True.
So it's like, would you rather take one guy and not have your team really get any better because the rest of the team's trash? Or would you rather get like 8 draft picks and mess all of them up and now everybody's still bad, plus you don't have the quarterback that can sell jerseys?
Give me the 8.
That's tough.
Give me the 8. Give me the hateful 8.
You got to I really feel like if you're the Jets, you got to trade out of that.
I said give me the 8, please. I will find 8 pieces of shit for your golden dump.
Also, like if you're Trevor Lawrence, just say I'm not going.
Just stay, just stay in the.
I would fake my death from coronavirus. To be honest, I would do it. I'd be like, I can't be drafted. I'm dead now.
And then just come back like the Undertaker as soon as like the day after the draft.
No, not even the day after the draft. The second after the Jets make their pick, they're just like, I'm actually alive and well. Let's go.
Just kidding, guys.
Let's go.
ESPN's like, we now breaking news. We take you live from Trevor Lawrence's house where he's alive, chilling on the couch.
Do you think if Dallas tanks bad enough and they get like the second pick, do you think they would take Trevor Lawrence and say "fuck you, Dak"?
No, Jerry Jones just is stubborn. I think they're obsessed with him.
But I'm saying,
you
like,
sign Dak, you trade all those picks. Trade all the picks.
I don't know, because then they don't have to pay their quarterback, and then they can pay the defense and all the specialty players. That's a better move,
I guess.
And then the Bears.
I guess that's the one situation where it would probably make more sense to just draft the guy because you have the other pieces. As soon as your offensive line gets healthy, you have all the other pieces. On offense,
that'll never happen.
Why is this guy bummed? He's Ben DiNucci. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
He thought he was going to light it up. You got to have that mindset to get to that point.
Baker Mayfield a little bit. Just with a sleeve on his head.
I hope that
junkyard Baker Mayfield.
He's having a tough day, DiNucci. I hope his Mutta has got the slow roasted braciole ready for him, ready to go for him to eat tonight.
That's fucked up, man.
I think Jerry Jones might cut off his braciole from Ben DiNucci. He's done.
Speaking of done, Jimmy G kind of sucks.
Yeah, don't say that to Brian. That's his best friend.
I told him. I texted him and I said, "Your guy sucks." And he's like, "I know." I think he's come around to it.
He sucks. He's not good. Him getting benched is really telling.
I mean, they're It's not even like the first time they did it, you could say, "Oh, we rushed him back from an injury, we're going to sit him." But now, like you can't play that card. He's just shitty, so you benched him.
I love
like
it
he's
too.
done, right?
Yeah, I love it because John Lynch talks shit about the Bears because they traded up obviously with the 49ers so they can get Trubisky. So they always talk shit about Trubisky. It's like, well, your guy isn't that much better anyway. So I don't know what the fuck you're all happy about. I think that I don't I there can't be any excuses. Their line is too good. Their offensive line is like they're good. So
Yeah.
he doesn't make the throws, and maybe their receivers aren't that great, but still, I mean, he makes some
I
terrible throws out there, and he makes
I
some
mean
bad
Nick
decisions.
Mullins was 18 for 25
Yeah,
with 2 touchdowns.
exactly. That's
Yeah,
what I'm.
he looked good.
And yeah, I know that they probably softened up their defense because it was like a 28-7 game, but still, like Jimmy looked terrible at some points. Like he just didn't look like he was into it.
Is DK Metcalf going to be the best receiver in the league?
Oh, dude.
It's looking like it.
He's a freak, Adonis. I don't like to say a freak because that's rude. He's just a robot, dude. He went. I just remember distinctly he went on a slant pattern, and it's like the littlest play from his game. He absolutely got leveled by a safety coming in from a slant. It looked like he was going to get injured. He popped right back up and did a first down. I'm like, this guy is the Terminator. I think he will never be defeated. It is absurd what he can
That
do on
guy's
the field.
terrifying.
He's a
Yeah,
giant
he's
sprinting. It's a
It's
Madden
funny
creative
'cause
player.
I don't know. He's built like he's like a tight end, but like more cut. He's like if you mixed a
Yeah.
tight end with a safety, but then he ran a 4.3 and averaged 20 yards per reception.
He would be an Olympian track star in any other country that isn't America. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. He's just big. He's got the build like that, dude. He's a tall guy that just sprints and he's super fast.
Yeah, he is really good.
It's like he's a sprinter in any other country, but I mean, I'm saying that because like football is huge in America, so obviously you're gonna go and play football if you're like that.
Obviously.
Am I wrong? I mean, obviously. Like, why wouldn't he? I would tell my kid, I don't care how much your brain's gonna get messed up. You're gonna play football.
That's one of those things too. It's just like there's so many variables in drafting, right? Because his thing was like, okay, this guy's a freak of nature, but he also runs a 3-cone drill slower than Tom Brady. So it's like you you never get the perfect combination.
Look at how Tom
like
Brady ended up. Didn't need that goddamn 3-cone drill.
Also, looks like DK's gotten much better at changing directions. I don't know what the fuck. He just worked his ass off. I think it was Russell Wilson.
Thank God there's no cones on the field that he's gonna run around. So, like, just dumbest shit ever. I think like stuff like that should just like. Why is the combine still a thing? Like, why are these stupid cone drills like something that we go off of at this point? And what's a good football player, and what's not? Like, it's a shit like that. Like, I just don't get it. This guy was good in college. He's gonna be good now. What the fuck?
It really is. Why do people keep fucking that up? It's really that simple.
So we just one more game, right?
Yeah, I like the Chargers.
Suck. Anthony Lynch.
I don't know. Like you've gotten rid of everyone, right? Like you got rid of Phillip Rivers. You got new coaches. You got new receivers. You got new defense. All this stuff, and all they do is just lose close games for now and forever. Like, what do you do?
That's their culture. That's what they believe in.
Yeah, we believe in being down.
Did you see how they won it?
Yeah.
Who? Denver?
They won it. Yeah. Did you see that last play?
Pretty wild.
No.
Oh, that was so close. So they went on a last, like, there's 0 time on the clock. They were down with 1, and the guy rolls out to the right, throws it, almost misses him in the side of the end zone, and the guy almost lands out of bounds. Like,
it was a really tight pocket he threw it into.
An inch between where he landed and where the out of bounds marker was.
Could I say this? I kind of like Drew Lock.
Yeah, I mean
You can't say that.
I kind of like him.
physically have the ability. He had a few good games at the end of last season. He hasn't looked good at all, really, this season. I mean, they've got like a bottom 3 or 4
But
offense
he
in
was
football.
injured too, like for like 3 of those games. So this is his first game
Okay.
back. Remember, I think that I didn't think he played last week. So Driscoll was the guy that was in beforehand. And that's why their offense was so terrible. And yeah, they were terrible in the beginning of the game, but I think he found a rhythm at the end. And obviously, when you score 21 unanswered in the fourth quarter, you're really finding some sort of rhythm.
Yeah, I would agree with that. They only ran the ball 14 times, which is crazy.
Who's is they still have
They've
Philip
got
Lindsay.
Melvin Gordon and Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, I don't get how that's possible. Like
How do you only run it 14 times?
like those two are like arguably like top like 30 guys, like top 30 running backs, two of them. You can say that. And you can't find anything.
I mean, they were down 14-3 at half. But like you're close enough to where you should still be running the ball. Weird.
You know
That's
what
the last game.
You know what Ben DiNucci's dad does? What is
his mom?
No, he's in waste
He
management.
works for streets and sanitation.
My favorite tweet is Nick, do you know the tweeter like a NYC Italian Guido? So funny.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a tweet, it's like bubble caps, it's like literally works as a garbage man. He's like, I works in the sanitation department. It's like he works I work in waste management.
All right. I got it. Why the hell, when they made the schedule, did they put the Giants on Monday Night Football? You knew they weren't going to be good.
Saquon Barkley. That's really it. That's it. I think it's more so for Tom Brady.
Yeah, but like you could find Tom Brady some better matchups to play on Monday night.
He's gonna play next week on Sunday night, so
yeah, that'll be a good game.
Who's next? Oh, the Saints?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. But this one will not be.
Yeah, they're gonna kick the shit out of them.
What do you think the line is?
I'm gonna say it's like 17.5.
That's a lot.
I don't know. Fine. Yeah, that's true. Fine. Sorry. 12.5.
You fucking nailed that, big guy. It's 12.5. Yeah. Yeah. Bucks are 12.5 point favorites.
Is it at Tampa?
No.
That's even worse. That's more embarrassing. They're getting that many points on the road. Holy fuck. I might just bet for the Giants just because of that.
Yeah, but like how much does the road factor in right now?
It's colder, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a good point. It's colder.
Well, I thought that was going to affect Drew Brees today. Kind of did. He was throwing some shit balls, but still won.
I mean, he can't throw the ball down the field.
He's old. Fuck, man. Like, he didn't look that great today. I was going to say that as well. He did not look that great today.
Almost all of the completions were like within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Yeah.
We should probably stop leaving that area wide the fuck open. One man's opinion.
But alas.
Me, I'm the man. It's my opinion.
You're the man now, dog.
Can I bring up I don't want to keep being sad and stuff, but I want to bring up a really somber RIP to a legend that passed away this weekend. I would consider like one of my icons in movies. Just so many great movies. Just the original James Bond. Not the original, but the one that's like iconic in my opinion. And a guy that's also hilarious, SNL skit. So R.I.P. to Sean Connery, real legend in the game. Really sad that dude's dead because we've been losing some good celebrities 2020. I'm sorry, I had to do it. What's your guys' favorite Sean Connery movie? Tell me now.
I mean, I like the Bond movies.
Untouchables is up there. His role in the Untouchables is
good.
Amazing.
The Rock.
Yep.
The one with him and Nick Cage. That one's good.
The one where he shoots the dude, where's in the Untouchables? What is it, like when they're in France or something? He's doing it the Chicago way, and he literally he shoots somebody dead for evidence. It's very good, very very.
I like
fun.
I like him in The Highlander, where he's supposed to play a Spaniard, but he still talks the same way as Sean Connery talks. Like, he doesn't even try at all. He just always talks the same.
Shit. That's
I couldn't believe he was 90. I didn't know that.
Old. He was old. I mean, he was old when he was in The Untouchables. I mean, he looked old.
Yeah.
So can't say he didn't live a fulfilling life. Ago. 90 is a good stretch. So happy and healthy, long 90. R.I.P. to the King of Scotland.
Oh, also, we forgot to talk about it because for whatever reason, it feels like 2 months ago, the Dodgers won the World Series. So,
woo!
Okay, I know the big storyline was the guy was out there even though he tested positive. Do you have that much of a problem with it?
Me, I have no problem.
I don't have a problem with it at all.
I'm not next to him, so I'm fine.
Here's my problem. Does that mean that every single game they weren't getting the results of that day's tests until the middle of the game that they were already playing?
Yeah.
Is that what that means?
If you're Major League Baseball and it's the 8th inning, I think you just say, "Hey, we're not going to say anything until after."
Yeah, don't say anything.
Do you think
why would you say anything?
Was like, "I'm doing a good job. People are going to think we have integrity." No, they're going to think you're a dumbass because you fucked up the test.
Dumbass. Justin Turner's already had 3 at-bats. It's the 8th inning. If he was going to pass it to anybody, he would have already done it. Just leave him in the game. Don't let anybody talk about it until after the fact.
They should have bubble boyed him right on the spot.
Like a fucking gerbil wheel or whatever.
That'd been funny.
Yeah, also, they're like, hey, pull him in the 8th inning. He can't come back. Then they end up winning the World Series, and then they're like, all right, Justin, get out there. Just wear a mask. And then he's just out there not even wearing a mask.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell are we doing?
He's wearing the mask on the chin, though. He was wearing, it's not even that. He was had the mask on. He wasn't even wearing it right. That's the thing. And that is so annoying.
The whole thing was just so poorly done because, A, you can't. What purpose does it serve if we're not getting that day's results until the middle of the game? Because then they've already got it. So you've already exposed the people to that. So if that's the way you've been doing it the whole time and nobody knew about it, then you've been fucking it up. If you did it just now, then you waited until the biggest stage possible to fuck it up. And like you said, you absolutely shouldn't have told anybody because he's already been in the game for 2 hours.
Right. Don't say anything.
Yeah. Just a kerfuffle.
You got to, though.
And Manfred getting up there after the game and just being completely surprised that everybody booed him. And he got like 40 seconds of booing.
He's also completely wasted.
Yeah. I don't understand if it was there's no way he was drunk, right?
You thought he really had a stroke?
No, I didn't think he had a stroke. The thing that made sense to me was he's got the earpiece in that he can hear himself talk, but it's a little bit delayed. And a lot of times people have issues talking with that in, and it causes you to slur your words. If you're Manfred, you can't get drunk that game because there's a chance that the Dodgers could win it and you got to go up there and talk.
No, fuck it. Nobody's there anyway.
You can get hammered games 1 through 5 because, hey, there's no chance they're going to win it. But, you can't do that then. I don't think he was drinking.
Maybe Rob's a wild card. We don't know him really that well. Maybe he just
don't know his personal life.
Get litty.
I guess. I mean, it's dumb.
He got booed, and that's when he just started getting his flask out and started drinking it after the booze happened. Shut the fuck up. And I think the funniest part about that too was the people on the stage were clapping while everybody else was booing, just to have some people show him some sort of support that he needed it. They felt that bad for a person.
I need one of the commissioners to go full heel. Goodell sometimes they boo him at the draft and he's like, plays up to it. But I need somebody to go Hollywood Hulk Hogan and just really be into being the bad guy.
He just start flipping people off while he's reading the picks out.
Yeah. They're like, who? This crazy son of a bitch. Everybody hates him and they love to hate him. And it'll rally everybody around their hatred of one man. He needs to do that.
The number 1 overall pick for the shit ass Jets.
They really Phillies suck, don't they? Yeah, Jets fans, I'm talking about your team.
JETSSUCK.
A bunch of
you suck.
And these smelly New Yorkers. It smells like it just becomes like a comic bit. He's just like
he's basically just the Sean Connery SNL. He's like Ben DiNucci with your Dago mustache.
What do we just say about the ethnic slurs?
Yeah, so I need one of the commissioners to just go full heel, and it should be Manfred. Because he's the actually least liked. Like, people give Gary Bettman shit.
But it's not like he's the least liked.
Yeah, like, everybody outside of Patriots fans don't really care about Roger Goodell. Or maybe Saints fans also. But everybody hates Manfred for the way that he dealt with the Astros situation and calling the World Series trophy a piece of metal. Like, nobody likes the guy, so
he also just doesn't grow the sport at all. Like, he doesn't do anything to get new people to watch it, so fuck him.
Yeah.
There's one more baseball story, but I almost don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I want to talk about it. I think it's relevant enough to where it's gotten a lot of attention, and I need to rant about it because I really haven't gotten my forum to rant about this at all.
Go ahead.
So if none of you people have known, there's two teams. The White Sox, they're really, they got a lot of young guys, and they could make a great run in the World Series. So they fired their coach, and the expectations were to get a young manager that has experience of winning titles. So there's a lot of young candidates that can do it. There's a lot of people that could. There's a lot of people that are fit for the job. They found one person that has been fit for the job, and it's 76-year-old Tony LaRussa.
LaRussa.
When you think of young, 76 isn't youthful. Maybe in a retirement home it is, but
hey, you're not 76 is the new 56.
We're not coaching a team at Delray Beach. We're in the south side of Chicago, and the 20-year-old Cuban baseball team is getting coached by Mr. Magoo. So I don't know what the fuck is happening.
I just want to know what happened to that meeting where Reinsdorf comes in. He's like, "Hey, I want you to interview my friend for the manager job." I'm like, "We don't want him, Jerry." And he's like, "You're gonna give him the job."
I love that it's like, well, the rumor has it that Jerry Reinsdorf can't live with the mistake that he made 36 years ago, firing Tony LaRussa. Like, your fan base doesn't care, and the ones that do are dead probably at this point. So I don't know.
What if he just
remembers
fades away like a ghost? Like, that's his unresolved business, is getting LaRussa back in a White Sox uniform, and then he just like force ghosts fades away as soon as the first pitch is thrown.
So I already have.
I don't know, man.
I've had a lot of time to think about this. Let's be honest. Yeah, it's very weird. It's very out there that Tony LaRussa is coming back to coach baseball. It's very fucked up. He has won World Series. Like, he's the second win. I mean, how many people can really say, like, I have a Hall of Famer coaching me? I'm trying to justify this so much right now. Let me try. You want to
know a funny stat?
What is?
And I don't know if it's the exact number, but what's his name? Spader tweeted it out. Ace of Spader on Twitter. That I think it was Tony LaRussa had managed in 3% of all baseball games ever. Managed or played in.
I think the best tweet. What is Minnie Minoso and Louis Robert have in common? Nothing, but now those two have both had Tony LaRussa as a manager. So that's another just jarring one. I will say that, people are worried about them being, losing their swagger because this is a very stern coach. But I will say that this is the man that led the Bash Brothers-led Oakland Athletics team, as well as a young stud named Ricky Henderson as well. And
bro, the Bash Brothers was 30 years ago.
But all I'm saying is that Ricky Henderson did his thing with LaRussa on his watch. If Ricky Henderson could do what he did, if guys like Pujols, Pujols was a good guy and all, but he was cocky too. He threw the bat around too. Like I don't think that this is going to be as big as a deal that people are making it out to be. I think I'm more upset because this is just an owner basically saying, "This is my team. This is my toy. I'm gonna do what I want with it. Like I don't care what any of you say. This is my toy. I want it like this, and you watch my toy, okay?"
All I'm saying, man, is if you're a fan of the team, you would probably prefer the GM hire the manager, and you probably prefer the manager be a better fit chemistry-wise than 76-year-old do it this way, Tony LaRussa. That's all I'm saying. If you got a young, fun team that everybody's excited for, and all these guys got their own personalities, and I maybe would have gone with somebody like an Alex Cora. But what do I know?
Hinch got called literally 30 minutes after the World Series ended to accept the Detroit job. Like
he didn't even get that pissed me off too. He didn't even get a call from the White Sox. They interviewed freaking Willie Harris. Like I don't get what the thoughts are on this. Like I just don't understand it. Like this is like a third straight time that they had an interview process that was lazy and just like they obviously just targeted one guy and didn't care.
Yeah, just do your due diligence. Even if you don't plan on hiring these guys, like you're going to get chastised and criticized for not doing a good, thorough search. Just talk to a couple people.
Last time they did a thorough search, they hired Ozzy, and they won a World Series like 2 years after that. So obviously, it does matter talking to more than Tony LaRussa to.
Well, hey, maybe you're not that far away from getting a new manager because your current manager is 76 years old.
But Nick, you can't admit that. Like, do you really think this?
No, he's a great. Listen, he's a Hall of Fame manager. A manager in baseball probably affects the game on a play-to-play basis less than any other major sport in America. With that said, it seems completely ridiculous and tone deaf and just you doing the exact thing you've done for the past 1,000 years, Reinsdorf, to hire this old curmudgeon-y white guy to manage this youthful, exuberant team.
Wait,
it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Wait, that's wrong because he's technically a diversity interview. Tony LaRussa, he's Spanish. He's from Spain, so technically, in the guidelines of MLB, that's a diversity interview. They could list that as the one.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't interview Condoleezza Rice.
I would have preferred it. Gandhi, get your ass out here. But again, he's not gonna this team isn't gonna if the team was gonna do bad because they don't like their manager, they were never gonna win to begin with. So they'll be fine. It just sucks that this guy's hired because I would like somebody young, and I got the Crib Keeper as our manager. And it's fucked up.
It makes no sense, and that's why it makes perfect
sense. I wake up, I've woken up this past couple of days, and I laugh about it now at this point. I'm like, this guy really is going to fucking manage the White Sox next year. I cannot fucking believe this. This is unreal.
It's going to be very exciting either way. To see what happens.
It is. They really made things interesting in a strange way.
It's either going to be like, oh my God, it's actually working. This is magical. Or it's like, this is a train wreck. We knew it would be a train wreck, which makes it even more of a train wreck.
And you know what sucks is that...
I'm interested in both sides.
It's going to go all on Rick Hahn. And that's what sucks about it. Like, the blame is going to
get... such a good...
No, they'll know. I mean, it wasn't his idea to hire the guy. It's not his fault.
Yeah.
Everybody knows whose idea it was to hire that guy.
Yeah,
he'll be fine.
Mr. Burns. He's the worst owner in baseball now, officially. Like he's literally I would argue the worst owner in basketball. He's literally holding down 2/5 of the sporting teams in the city. Like it's the most frustrating thing in the world. Like this city could have a lot more winners if this jerk wasn't the owner of 2 franchises. And I truly believe that.
I believe that too.
Why did you have to make me upset by bringing one of my teams into it?
Well, hey, it's almost like he does good things for one team and then he does shit things for the other. Like the Bulls are on such a good run. They're hiring Billy Donovan. They got a great new operation team. And now he's like, all right, let me start doing shit moves with the White Sox now. Now it's going to be like, all right, I've done enough with the White Sox. Let me force the Bulls to sign Al Horford to a max contract. All right, let's go. So they're going to do some dumb shit for the Bulls. Don't worry. They're going to line that up real quick.
Damn it. All right. You know what? On that note, I'm cutting it. I got to get out of here. This is tough. All right.
I'm a champ, so I feel good.
Did you get a yeah. All right.
I got a shirt.
Well,
not a XXX.
Normal size?
Yep. For my body,
Very
yes.
Good. Follow us on Instagram, Jumbo Podcast, on Twitter at Jumbo Podcast. Check us out on YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel, watch the wrap-up videos like the one that we're going to film right now. Any last words, guys?
I just want to give a shout-out to the Halloween party last night. Good friends of mine, Mandy and Ivan, got engaged.
Congrats.
Congratulations to those guys. So.
Congrats, guys.
Congrats.
Hope to see you guys soon. Haven't seen you since, I don't know. Actually, I think I saw Ivan and Mandy at your place after Jamaica, I think, once when I was over.
Maybe.
But I haven't seen them in a while, and I hope they're doing well. Obviously, they are now because of yesterday's news.
Congrats to those guys.
Congrats.
Steve?
Matt Nagy, if you're listening to me, you got 2 weeks, bro. You figure the fuck out your personnel. You get them in line. You make sure to get some wins on the resume. God damn it. We're gonna have to find somebody else that can.
Maybe LaRussa.
All right.
Tony.
No, come on.
Yeah, get over here. Wait, can we get Joe Gibbs to coach the Bears? Where's let's get Bill Parcells. What's he up to right now?
Where's John Madden at? Bring Madden.
Turn that bus around, Johnny. Get to the Soldier Field.
All right, see ya.